Okay, welcome to the Shatterhand Nescathlon tutorial. Let's get this started. So let's go through some of the basic mechanics first. Jumping is obviously A. You don't have a static jump height, so you need to control the jump height. There's some parts where you need to do like the lowest possible jumps, but mostly it's gonna be all about the big jumps. Then B is for punching and firing with your robot body. Now, if you're just standing still, your fourth punch will be a haymaker, and it'll continue to be a haymaker until you stop punching for like 1 to 2 seconds. But it's pretty basic stuff. So the very first enemy in this game sometimes has a coin and sometimes doesn't. And the way to ensure that he does have a coin, as soon as he spawns on the screen, or I mean shows on the screen, just like pause briefly and then punch him and he will have a coin. Because we do definitely need 100 gold. If you don't manage to do that right, it's okay. Because the very first box in the game also has a coin, which is worth 200. So no worries about missing out on the coin. So these walls you wanna jump against, because you can spam punches faster while jumping than while you're on the ground. So as you can see on the very right side of the screen, we're coming up to this white pad on the floor, which has 100 on it. It means that you need 100 gold to be able to obtain the power-up. The 100 gold power-up is a red vest, which doubles your punching power. There's also like a 300 gold pad, which is a healing pad. It gives you full health back. And then there's a 2001, which is an extra life, but we won't be getting any of those during this tutorial. So let's pick up the vest to get some extra punching power and keep on moving forward. First stage is rather easy. It's probably meant to be like a tutorial stage where you can just get used to the game mechanics, so there's nothing much to say about any of this stuff. Then we get to the chain link fence here. You can grab onto it either by pressing A again or pressing up, but personally I just always press up, because sometimes the A trigger doesn't work for some reason, and it's just overall, I don't know, I just don't like it as much as just using up. Yeah, enough about that. Let's move forward. Now this walker and this walker are something that you don't really have to kill, but for the sake of marathon safety we're gonna kill them right there, because the red vest only has 3 charges and you lose 1 charge every time you get hit. So for marathon safety I'm just gonna preserve all three charges for this boss. You can also damage boost through them if you want to go faster, because you only really need 1 charge of the red vest for this boss. So I'm first gonna try to showcase the quicker boss kill and explain it after that. So what I did there is you take a step forward and then you press jump. You don't have to alter the jump height at all, because this game has some weird, I guess it's a coding error, where the first jump, like in the boss rooms, is always gonna be this certain height jump. So you don't have to alter the jump height at all for the beginning of this fight. So take a step forward, jump, then land one full combo on him fast enough. One combo being 3 normal punches and a haymaker. If you do it correctly, your haymaker will push the boss back and he will try to swing at you with his rifle. So wait for him to swing and then just move right into his face and punch him until he dies. So that's the fastest way to kill this boss. Now the second fastest way is it's like a failed version of that same strategy. So you jump closer to him, but you don't manage to get the knockback punch on the boss. But you can still recover and only lose like 3 to 4 seconds, maybe, something like that. I can't remember. But I'll just showcase the second fastest kill as well, if I can manage to get it done. So the same start, take a step and jump. Well, I still got the quick kill. Let's try to fail the quick kill. Well, not really fail like that. Okay, so that was the second quickest way to kill the boss. Like, as you could see, during the first combo, I didn't manage to knock the boss back, so I just kept on punching more, because I failed the knockback manipulation. And what you do then is, when you push him to the right side wall, you need to wait until he makes his move first. Because if you hit him too fast while he's next to a wall, he will jump up on the wall, and it can cost like over 10 seconds when he does his thing on the wall. So just wait until he makes his move first. And then you just wait for him to jump over you and you land the final haymaker and he's dead. And that's the intro stage all done. Now after you get past this screen and you see like the white screen, white screens on the screen, you can hold down start for like 1 to 2 seconds to speed up the scrolling, like right here. Hold down start for like a second and you speed up getting into this stage select. And the first stage which we will be going to is the bottom right one. The stage order is kind of made based on collecting the letter cards in this game, which will give you the robot power-ups. If you want to try out a different stage order, you can feel free to, but this is the most optimal one, so I'll be doing the tutorial based on this. So since we have some of the red vest left, these first couple of guys are one-hit kills. And the box that I just broke there, which had the big coin, is important to break, because this game has like some boxes that are connected to each other, and depending on which boxes you've broken earlier on in the screen, the contents of other boxes will change. So when we broke that box, it means that we're gonna get the money bag in the spot that we want it in. So get through that part pretty easily. And we're gonna pick up a beta from that box. If it doesn't show the correct letter the first time around, just keep on punching it until it changes to the letter that you want. If you keep on punching the letter long enough, it'll eventually turn into a 200 gold coin, in case that's something you want, or if you're lacking gold. So now that we broke the box right in the beginning of the game, we'll get the money bag out of this box, and the money bags will give you money, like more and more money based on like how long you keep punching them. They will eventually expire, so you need to be quick if you want to grab a lot of gold out of it. So we got enough gold out of this box to be good enough for like the rest of the stage. Get through this stuff here. Doesn't matter if you take some extra damage, because we have a healing here. As long as you make it here with 1 health left, you're gonna be just fine. Then we'll pick up another leather here, and we have our friend Mecha Zangief here. What you want to do is, when you jump over him, just do like a quick A to B and punch him in the face when you're getting over him. Because, well, I can show what he normally does. He really loves throwing these bombs, so if you try to jump over him without punching him in the face, he will usually try to bomb you, and you don't really want to end up in the following screen with 1 less health. So let's make a new save state. The intended route for this part is to just go around here. But if you want to be saving all the frames, you can grab onto the fence there and jump up from there. But it doesn't really save that much time, and it's not that easy to do. So if you're not like extremely comfortable with it, you might as well take the slower route. But of course it's up to you to decide. So then we're gonna get another red vest from there, and we get to this first guy. The first guy is one of the only enemies in the game which is based on a global timer, and he will move differently most likely on your runs when you start practicing this. So it's not really that you've done anything wrong, but he's just, I think it's from the start of the game maybe, but he just does different stuff at different times. And another thing with these fence climbers is that sometimes they take 3 hits to kill, while they're normally supposed to take only 2 hits to kill. No one's really figured out like what causes it, but like it's something that's just annoying, and it just happens sometimes. But just wait for him to come down, punch him and kill him, and keep moving forward. You can do the same with that guy, wait for him to come down and punch him dead. And when you get to the pistol guy here, just stay low enough so that he'll be firing over you, but your punches still connect on his legs. Then keep on climbing forward, well, upward, whatever. And this guy you can either jump over or punch him dead. But his hitbox is kind of weird, so I would suggest just punching him dead for marathon safety. So then move forward and kill that guy. And make a new save state here. So these urchins, normally you would just like take 2 hits and be on your way. If you really want to preserve your health, you can lure them closer to the ceiling and like try to jump over them. But obviously it's faster to just damage boost through them. Now this box has a static money bag drop, as far as I know. So if you're low on gold and you want to get some more, this box is your friend. And then we get to this jump. This jump can be a bit tricky, but just try to get as close to the edge as possible so you don't fall in the fire. And I forgot to explain this gravity part. So you see that we have a blue background, which means that the gravity is flipping and you have no control over it. We'll later on get to the red background, which means that you can control the gravity, but I'll explain more about it later. So now we come to this cannon, which tries to fire a bullet at you. The safest way is to just punch it like that. You can also jump over it, like try to make the jumps as low as possible, but that jumping tactic can backfire, because if your jumps are too low, then you will jump on the bullet and take a hit. So I would just suggest using the punching. And we get to this part where we have our first healing pad. Just take hits from these guys and boom, you have the health. Since we have so much gold, you might as well pick this up for marathon safety. If you want to try the faster strats, you can look them up from my PB video. But since we're going for marathon safety, we're just gonna go for both of these health pads in this stage. Crouch there to dodge his bullet. And now we get to the red background, which I mentioned earlier. And now you're in control of the flipping. Now how this works is that if you do a light tap on A, you can still keep on jumping, like normally. It does do like higher jumps than what you'd normally get while doing a light tap, but you're still jumping. And if you hold down A long enough, you will flip the gravity. I'm sure some people will complain about this part, but it's really not that bad once you do some practice on it and get more used to it. So since we just used the healing pad and there's another one coming up, it doesn't really matter if you take a couple of extra hits in this upcoming part. So just try to get through it. Okay, let's move forward. And we'll get to our last letter in here. So you want to grab the triple beta, so you'll get the grenade bot. And in here, as you can see, it doesn't really look like there's anything at all in here, but it's actually a hidden healing pad. So as long as you have 300 gold left, you can get extra healing there. So now we get to this boss, and you can either do this boss by punching if you want to get like a super fast kill, but that way you're relying on getting good luck, and that's why we got the grenade bot here, so we can try to minimize the amount of luck you need. So first up, we take a few steps forward and land some punches on him. Then we just try to stick to the left side of the screen and just keep on hitting him to like stop him from hitting you. That's pretty much it. As you can see, he can do some nasty tricks to slow down the fight, but overall it was pretty alright. Let's just do it again to show, like, maybe he'll show some different patterns. So go forward a bit. Well, you're not supposed to take hit from him, so a bit less forward than that. Try to land a couple of punches in the beginning. Oops, I'm missing like a pro. He should be dead by now, but I just somehow managed to miss all the grenades. Either way, as you can see, he does some stuff that you do have to adapt to, but with the grenade bot, it'll hopefully be a bit easier. But now he's just putting on a show and showing the real pain that he can be. Like being completely out of your reach. But yeah, enough about that. If you want to look up the punching kill, you can just see it in my PB. With the punching strats, you just have to wait for him to use his Nova attack and then unleash a flurry of punches on him. But for marathon safety, you should probably use the grenade bot. So the next stage that we will be going to is the top left stage. This is probably the easiest stage in the game. Let's make a save state. Now we have some red vest charges left, and with the red vest that enemy takes only one hit, but it's very likely that you'll end up in here with a green vest, so just bear in mind that some enemies will take more hits to kill. Now, the faster strat is to just jump over these guys without getting hit, then just punch those guys. Move on here, kill that guy. I guess you could kill that guy as well. And then in that box you want to have a money bag, but it's completely random whether it's there or not, because I think it's frame based, like, once again. Now if you get the grenade in there, there's a letter in here which you can punch long enough to get a 200 coin. Then you can just kill this guy and you have 400 gold. And 400 is like the minimum that you need for the rest of the stage. But I'll take some hits and just do it with the green vest. So punch there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you're having troubles jumping over this guy, you can of course just do it like that, but it's kinda slow. If you have a red vest, it's obviously not that slow as with the green vest, but if you're having troubles and you want to preserve health, then sure, just do that. But jumping over this guy is pretty easy, so I don't think you should bother wasting any time on killing him. Oh yeah, let's see if I can despawn him and get this manipulation. So this cannon is a bit of a mess, because if you do this, like, you might notice that it keeps firing at different times, but it's based on like your jump timing, and try to have your front foot like a little past the halfway point in here, like let's say around here. Try to have your front foot here, and then when you jump here you will jump over the bullet. I can just show what happens if you jump at the wrong time as well. Let's say you jump there and oops, well, I still jumped over the bullet, but anyways, that turret can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So just try to jump a little past the halfway point there. Hope I'll get the money back this time, so I can show that it actually exists. That's why it's good to kill some of these enemies, so you'll get some gold. But yeah, now the money bag is here. So if you get the money bag, you might as well pick up beta from this box. If you don't get the money bag, then it's completely fine to just destroy the box. I mean, destroy the letter and get the gold, because we can get this letter later on as well. So this part, you just want to boost through these big guys. Stop here to kill those two, and that's pretty much it. Because those big guys take a lot of hits to kill, so you don't really want to waste any time with them. Now if you missed the letter earlier on, you can get it from this box as well. So continue here, stop for a little bit. As you can see, you need to wait for these two guys to spawn. Then boost through this, and you really want to boost through the big guy if you have enough health for it. I'll show you the backup strat as well, but the backup is pretty hard to do. As you can see, I already failed it. But for the backup, you need to time your jump while you're like around this position. When your front foot hits the whatever the pillar in the background is. And then do like a really short jump, and you will hopefully end up on this conveyor. But it's pretty tricky to time, so hopefully you will have enough health to just boost through this guy. You can also kill this guy if you don't have enough health to boost through him. But just bear in mind that the flyers from behind will try to kill you if you go for that. So then we get to this part, and you just want to jump here, get the healing pad, well, get the health. And you get iframes to walk through the walker. And well, there's one thing I should explain about that part. So once again, do everything optimally. Do at least 3 jumps there. You can fit in 4 as well, if you want to save the frames. Then in here, as you get to the edge, just do a full height jump, and then grab onto the fence as you're like close to the bottom of it. Then do another full jump, and you land on this platform. Now this upcoming part can be a bit annoying, but just try to do like the lowest possible height jumps so you don't fall in the fire. And hopefully you will have enough gold left to pick up this one. And then we want to pick up an alpha letter here. And you can kill these guys if they bother you. But you can also just jump up in here. Try to get past them without getting hit. Now this upcoming boss fight is like the easiest thing in the whole game. But if for some reason you have some excess gold left, there is a hidden healing pad in here that you can also use. Let's get to the boss fight then. So you just want to run up to the boss and land 3 normal punches and 2 haymakers. Then you take a tiny step closer to the boss and you land 3 normal punches and 3 haymakers. And you kill the boss while it can only do 1 jump. If you fail the strat and the boss does an extra jump, it still doesn't really change the fight at all. It's just a tiny bit slower, but the boss is just as easy to kill. Then you just jump on the fence and try to land like 3 or 4 punches with the red vest on the boss's head. And the boss is dead. The worm boss, like, you shouldn't let the boss get out of control. Sometimes the boss can spin inside of the ground, but the fight is still just as easy, I would say. Just get a couple of hits on the boss's head and it's done. Now, after this one, we get to the fire stage. Now, I would say that this is maybe the hardest stage out of these first 5, or well, first 6. But let's try to make it a bit easier. So just jump over these first 3 guys. And here we have this shield guy. If you're hugging this white box and you try to jump over him, you will get hit by him. So try to avoid touching the white box, just to preserve that precious hit point. So just jump early. That's all for that part. Now for super safe strats, I think that you can manipulate a money bag. I'm not 100% sure, but if you break that box, then this one should be a money bag. Let's see. Well, this time around it was, at least. It might not always be a money bag. It might also be one of those frame-based ones, but at least every single time I've tried this, it has been a money bag. So if you want to go for super safe strats, just break the box up upstairs, and only that box, no other boxes, because that might also manipulate the box contents. So we can get this power up just because we're loaded on cash. Then you fall down here and don't hold right, because if you hold right, you'll hit your face in the fire there. Just start pressing right after you fall down. I mean, after you fall down far enough. And the upcoming part is one of the most important things to practice in this game, because there's gonna be a part where you have 2 flying guys off the screen on the left side. And we want to manipulate it so that they will also stay there and that they will leave you alone. And we have this... There's obviously other ways to manipulate this as well, but this is the easiest thing that I originally came up with for this. So you can see in between the windows there's this red bar. So kind of want to time your first jump around here. So, jump, jump, and then we get to this door. The next set of jumps you should start when you're face, or well, when you get to this door. So, jump, jump. What am I doing? Jump, jump, wait for a bit, jump, 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 jump. And if you did it correct, the flying guy should leave you alone. I messed it up a tiny bit there, but you can still fix it. But, like, the thing that makes the guys stay behind you is that when they start charging at you, and you jump in front of them, then they will stop their movement and they will try to fire at you. So all those jumps are doing is just like making them stop. I can show you what happens, like, if this gets completely out of control. Then you have two of these guys chasing you. And if you end up in this situation, whatever you do, don't try to run away from them, because they will try to kill you and will most likely kill you. So if you get these guys here, it's just safer to stop and kill them. But yeah, just learn the manipulation so you don't have to fight them. Now, since we got the money bag earlier on, we have enough money to get some extra healing here on this pad. If you don't go for the money bag, or don't happen to get the money bag there, then you can look up my PB again for the faster strats. Well, I might as well show them as well. So, if you do have money for the healing, you can just do this. And you can try to turn there in the fire, but you can also just keep on holding right, and you will still get in here with enough health. If you're not comfortable with this amount of health for the upcoming auto-scroller, just take an intentional death here and get your health back to full. But obviously I would suggest just learning it better, so you're comfortable with less health in there. So if you don't have enough money for the healing pad, well, obviously you don't get hit by the fire there. If you don't have enough money, just boost from that guy. Try to do a turn in there to get the fire boost. Then punch that guy in the face. But obviously you wouldn't end up in here with 1 health. You should have at least 3 or 4. I just had a bad save state. Yeah, let's go through that once more. Get rid of this guy so I can explain the fires a bit better. Now there's 2 schools for this, I mean 2 schools of people. Some people do a tiny jump and manage to turn into the fire, but you can also just time the turn and do like backward boost there, like that. By doing that, you minimize the amount of damage you take from this section. It can be a bit hard to learn, but it might be worth it. Just don't try to do this part the slow way, because you'll waste a lot of time, and the chances are that you'll still get hit by something like this in the ceiling or whatever. So it's just safer to just hold right and take a death in the next screen. I'm just gonna take a death. Just to showcase the checkpoint, which is obviously just in the beginning of this screen. So now we have these letters here. We want to go for the beta, alpha, beta bot. And just kill the flying spawn pad, and then you want to get another beta from that one. And the beta, alpha, beta bot is this boomerang bot, which is useful just because it can kill this missile pad under the elevator. You can also get triple beta for this section if you're having troubles with the flying guys, because the boomerang bot doesn't knock back the flying guys on, like when you land a shot on them. But if you have a grenade bot, the grenades will knock them back, and it does make fighting them a bit easier. But with the grenade bot you can't destroy the thing under the elevator. So now we have these two white boxes here. They both have letters in them, and you want to try to get an alpha letter out of them. You might sometimes have bad RNG with the falling bombs, and you might have a bomb landing right on your head and it makes it impossible to get the letter. But you don't have to worry about that too much, because there's still enough letters to go, like in the rest of the stage. So just try to get an alpha out of this box. Then get rid of this second flying guy. And then we get to this part. The intended way is to just go to the left here, and if you want to go for the letter here, just start running as soon as possible. And if you missed the earlier letter, you can get another letter there. But even if you miss that one, you still don't have to worry about it, because there's still enough letters coming up later on. The safer way to approach that letter is, if you have enough health, you can just damage boost through that and you still have access to it. But since we have enough letters already, we don't need to go for that. So we have one more of these flying guys to kill. They're pretty easy to fight, but if you're having a hard time fighting them, just practice it. Now we have 2 letters on us, so we only need one more, which in this case will be that letter right there. But if you get to this part with only one letter, then it's fine, because there's one more letter coming up. But we want to get the final letter right here, if things go optimally. Now, if you go stand on the very right side of the screen, obviously you will save some time, but you have no idea of like what hazards are coming up. So you can always just scroll it normally. And if you want to feel extra safe and you have the money, you can just get some extra healing here. I think that box might be money bag sometimes. And if you're missing one final letter from your super suit, you can get it from that box. Now the super suit does, I think it does double damage compared to the red vest, but either way it does a lot of damage. Well, this is a nice mess from the save state. Either way, if you do this optimally, get the last letter there, and then just progress forward until you get to the boss fight. Now for this boss, like you remember me mentioning earlier that the first jump in your boss in the boss rooms is the static height jump. So you kind of want to get the first jump out of the way right in the beginning of the fight when you still can't hit the boss, because we want to be doing like minimum height jumps in this fight to get more hits in than you would get by standing on the ground. So jump, hit him 3 times, and then just start spamming like ABB, 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 and so on. And the boss fight will be really easy that way. Oh man, I can't load the save state from here. Because the game doesn't let me do any inputs. So let's imagine that you get here without the super suit. Then what you want to do is just try to avoid hits from the boss and preserve your bot's health. Oops. Well, actually, this bot is complete garbage. You probably shouldn't fight the boss with this bot. It's safer to use your fists. Yeah, I might as well show the fight with fists as well. So for that we just need to take an intentional death, so I have nothing left. I hope I still have 1 life left, so I don't get a game over. Okay. So jump over his whatever the slash beams are. And get away from him when he has the fire. As you can see, there's a safe spot right next to him, but it might be a bit hard to get to. If you want to play it extra safe, you can always just go to like max distance when he starts doing these sword attacks. Okay, let's try to do it properly. Oh. When he starts blinking, If you have like 2 or 3 health left, you can just like go right at him. But I would just suggest like not failing so hard that you end up against him without the super suit. As you can see there, the fight can get a bit messy. Especially when you're not focusing. Yeah, enough about that. Let's move on to the next stage. So, in the beginning of this stage, you wanna listen to or look at the pistol guy. When he starts firing, you want to jump into the bullet and then end up on the left side on this platform. Like, so that you're not touching the guys. That way you can land a flurry of punches at them and get 2 coins out of them. If you happen to fail it and somehow don't manage to get 2 coins, you can just kill this guy for a coin. But if you got like no coins out of those guys, then you can just destroy this letter as a backup and get the gold you need for this power-up. Because later on in the stage there's gonna be these fans, and if you don't have the red vest for the fans, then you're gonna lose a lot of time. So I would suggest learning to do that part properly so you don't ever miss out on the coins. So let's make a save state here and get rid of those guys. Kill the pistol guy. Now you can kill these upcoming enemies as well if you want to preserve the vest charges, but I will jump through this walker just because it's faster. You can kill that guy by jumping like that, or you can just crouch and punch until it dies. Just don't take too long, cause if the walker catches up to you and you're crouching right next to the wall, it will also hit you. Yeah, we'll be getting our first letter from this box, which is gonna be Alpha. So we're gonna be going for Alpha, Beta, Alpha for the upcoming boss. Now, this guy can be a bit tricky to kill. I'm gonna try to showcase both of the ways to do it. Now the optimal way is to just jump into him and punch him twice. It doesn't seem that hard, but sometimes you can land one of the punches like over him and you will take one very unwanted hit, because it'll eat up another vest charge. Now the safer way is to just jump and lure him to fire and then do that. Then we get to this part where we have the next letter that we want, which is the Beta. Now this pistol guy, you can also jump at him like we did earlier, but once again it comes with the same problem that you can sometimes accidentally hit one of the punches on top of his head. So just position yourself so that you don't get shot by him, but you still reach him. And this upcoming part, we have 2 Mecha Zangiefs coming up. So what you want to do is fall down, walk on the ice for like 1 step, and then jump right next to the Zangief and punch him in the face. And when he starts to unwind his punch towards you, or however you say it, then just jump over him, and that's that part. Here you can do some fancy stuff, but I guess I'll just to show the safe strat. So you can get past these two pistol guys in various different ways. One of the ways is like that, but you can obviously just wait for him to shoot, then go like that. Now this is the fan section that I talked about earlier. They take 4 hits with the red vest and 8 hits with the green vest, so you really want to have the red vest. Now as you can see, the fans will try to push you back on the ice, and the first one is here just for practice, and the next ones will have spikes on the back wall. So if you fail this, you'll get hit by spikes and most likely end up losing your red vest. So what you want to do is don't punch while you're on the ground, but just do short hops like that. You can land like up to 3 hits per jump, but it might be a bit hard to do. So you can just do this like, single hit per jump. Crouch slide into that guy. Yeah, as you can see, you can just kill them faster like that as well, but it can be a bit risky, so maybe not worth doing that. Then we get to the water section. Guess I should showcase the water mechanics a bit. This part can be a bit floaty, and I've heard people complain about these controls as well, but it's really not that hard once you understand how the momentum works. Like, if you just turn in the air, you can slow down your movement, and it's pretty much the only thing you have to know about it. Like, it's not a hard section at all to do. Well, you're obviously not supposed to go there. So if you want to get through this guy fast, just take a hit from the spike wheel and progress forward. But if you want to play it safe, just do a short hop here and get close to him and punch him dead. Then we get to this part, which can be a bit tricky. I'll just kill these enemies so I can explain it better. So we have this platform here. And the trick to this is that you don't really want to be standing on like the very right side of this platform. Try to look at this, whatever the line on the ground is. And don't really go over that. Then you will nail this upcoming jump. Because you want to get up here. It's not super precise, but it's very easy to fail. So get the healing there, and then we finish the bot here by picking up final alpha. Now you can damage boost through this guy as well, or you can just kill him, whatever you want to do. And now for marathon safety, we're gonna pick up this hidden power up here. Because it'll make the next stage a tiny bit easier. So you'll preserve more health there. You don't have to pick that one up if you don't want to. But it doesn't cost that much time. Then we get to the boss. I should probably made a save state before it, but the boss fight is pretty simple. All you want to do is like tap left lightly, land a couple of hits. Then this visual cue for this positioning is really easy. Like just where the two parts on the ground meet. I don't know what they are, but it's pretty easy. Visual cue. Then you just wait for the boss to hit the left side wall and wait for him to like turn back to move to right. And then you just jump and land hits on him until it dies. You can land up to 5 hits per jump. And this boss is really easy. If you want to get extra hits in the beginning, just jump instead of walking, but if you do the jump, then you'll have like less time to get in this correct position. But it's still not all that hard to do. But yeah, let's showcase what happens if you hit him too early. So if you hit him before he gets to the wall, that is what happens. And then you're just forced to recover as best as possible. But it's obviously gonna be slower this way. So just have patience and wait for him to reach the left side wall. And that's it for that boss. So now we have the submarine left out of the first 6 stages. The reason why we got the red vest here is because it'll make killing all these enemies easier. Because we want to be sure that we get enough money. So pick up a beta from that box. Just try to get some money out of those guys. They don't always get money, but if you do what I just did there, they should give you money. The same goes for a lot of these, like, running enemies. Sometimes they have money and sometimes they don't. Just try to kill enough of them so that you have 300 gold. Because you need 300 to get the healing here. But luckily we're at full health, so we don't even need to get the healing. I'm just killing that guy so I can get a better save state. So this screen is probably one of the hardest to do in the game if you want to do it fast. So we're gonna slow it down and kill a bunch of enemies. Just to make it a little bit easier. You don't really need to kill those guys, but yeah, 5 health is quite a bit at this point. Just wait for those flying guys to drop down so you can get under them. Actually, we have so much health left that you can just damage boost through that. Don't even need to kill the first big guy there. And then we get to this part. As you can see, there's really nothing on the ground here, but once again, there's a hidden power-up, which is the red vest, and you get your charges full right before the boss. So this is usually well worth getting. But if you're not fine with those strats, there's also an even safer way to do this, even though it is rather slow. Well, Obviously you don't want to get hit there, but... So you want to get the triple beta bot, and just let the bot kill everything. This is obviously much slower, but much safer. But we still need to get our 2 beta letters back for the final stage, because they're very important for that one. So yeah, we've done enough grandpa strats, so we have so much health left, we can just charge through everything. I'm just gonna get this bot killed so I can show the boss strats without it. Obviously you can also have the bot there if you want, but I'm just gonna show it without the bot. So the easiest way to kill this boss is just wait for him to come to ground level. And you wanna hit 3 times with normal punch and then 4 times with a haymaker. And then start moving to the opposite side and just jump so that he goes under you. It's like very easy to do. Don't get scared if he charges at you in the first cycle, because he has 2 different attacks, and if you hit him while he's on the move, or even if you don't hit him, he can still sometimes use the charge move. But if you just let him get into the comfortable spot, and so that he's not doing any up and down movement anymore, then he's just stuck using that projectile attack. The faster way to kill this boss would be to do this. Well, 1 hit off, but you can kill him in the so-called 3 cycle while he's still on the right side wall. But it does require some good RNG, but overall, if you wanna go for the fastest strats, then go for that. Now all that's left is the final stage. So the reason why we got the 2 beta letters for this is that we want to get the super suit in here twice. Because when you get the super suit, it will also heal your robot to full health. And we want to keep our robot alive, like, throughout the whole stage. Oh, sorry, we want to get the suit 3 times, not 2 times. No, but yeah, it's... Can't remember if I made a save state, but let's make another one then. So this first jump can be a bit tricky. just try to do like a minimum height jump onto this fence. If you do the jump even a tiny bit too high, you will get hit by the pistol guy's bullet, and it's not all too nice. Now you can come up with your own slow strats for this upcoming part and kill all the enemies if you want, but I will just show the faster way to do this. Then we want to pick up the final beta here. Just stay crouched until you see the bullet go over you. And pick up another beta here. This door usually drops a big coin, so just stay still and wait for it if you feel like it. Oh, didn't really want to take that hit, but whatever. This part can also be a bit tricky to get through fast. Just practice it a little. Then we get the red vest and another beta. Now, technically, you only need like 300 gold for the rest of the stage, and you'll be fine. But for marathon safety, you can, of course, just get some extra gold from that money bag right there. Then just punch this dude's bullet and punch him and get rid of that guy. And now we get the first super suit here. And you don't really need to hit any of these guys, because we want to get rid of the suit after the boss fight. Now do the same thing, just short hops. I should wait for the suit to wear off first. Yeah, just do the short hop, like ABB, ABB. You can sometimes accidentally push him next to the wall and he will jump up on the wall, but don't worry about that too much. So now we have to wait for this flame here, so just kill that guy. Kill those guys. That jump can be a bit tricky. Just try to do like a really short hop, because you really want to get this beta. Kill all the stuff here. In this part, you're better off just moving your robot inside of the whatever the flight spawning pad is, because it'll take it out faster than any other strat you might come up with. And if you're missing some health, obviously you got some extra health here. Continue onward here and pick up another beta. Now this upcoming jump is something that you can... I mean, you can jump just from here to the conveyor belt. But whenever I've tried it, I still have to wait for the cannon that is coming up afterward. So it didn't really save any time at all for me. So I still usually go for just this chain link grab, and then you get here and do that. But you can do whatever you desire. Now this part is also one of the parts that people usually hate. Just try to be like above this spot on the fence. This grab is probably too low already. So just like use these, whatever the white spots on the fence are, and try to grab like above them. But you also don't want to grab as high as possible, because then you bump your head in the ceiling and you'll also fall down. So just grab like from here or whatever and you'll get up. And this urchin, if your bot is already on low health, you can just kill it like like this. Because you want to keep your bot alive. But if your bot is doing fine like mine is currently, you can just walk down here, break the box and change it to a beta fast, and you'll get your super suit. And we get our good buddy samurai again, and just do the same short hop strat again there. Oops. So, as you can see, we have the red background, so we got the gravity in our control. I mean, under our control again. Now, if you, for some reason, happen to need health at this point, there's a hidden health pad right here, which you can use to get your health back. But there's a downside to it, because it's also connected to another hidden health pad later on in the stage, in case you happen to need the health there. But I guess that's worth knowing. And this part can be a bit tricky to traverse, but just practice it a little bit and you'll avoid touching the electricity. Well, either way, just continue going onward, get all the health you need, and just try to focus on keeping your bot alive in this upcoming section. Obviously I should have a red vest here, but you can do it with green just as fine. So wait here a tiny bit for the flamethrower, and as you can see under the flamethrower, that would also have been a hidden healing pad, as far as I know. I've never taken the health from there, but I'm pretty sure that's also another healing pad. But since we took the first one, don't think we can take that one. So now we get to Gravitus again. Good buddy. And first I'm gonna show how you can avoid getting gravity flipped in the red background. This also works in the first fight, if he changes the gravity to red. So when he tries to use his, whatever the ball attack is, just do a flip on your own at the same time with the ball, and it will not change the gravity at all. But other than that, it's just a normal Gravitus fight again, so try to avoid knocking him completely off screen. Like that. Because now he's gonna be stuck in the limbo, and it'll take quite some time for him to come out again. Now this is after Gravitus. Well, I'll make a save state so I can show it better. If you want to preserve your bot health a bit, haven't explained this mechanic before, but when you're crouching, hold down A and press B, and you will throw your robot body away for a couple of seconds. Now that's useful just for like avoiding damage on the bot, and we're gonna use it here while waiting for the door to open, so it doesn't have to go through that one urchin. And now in here, you want to, when you jump on this conveyor belt and jump over the urchin, you want to land down here, because if you don't land down there, one of the flying guys that spawns upstairs will be moving in the wrong direction, and it will knock you down from this fence. So, unfortunately our robot buddy died, so we need to get him back. And since we have 2 betas already, well, I could show these as well. So the first letter box you can get is here, but we don't really need to get it in that spot. The second letter box would be there. Like, this is just for, like, if you get a game over and you lose all of your letters, then this is how you get the super suit for the final boss. You can kill these guys if you want to play it safe. Now, where I normally would have gotten my robot formed after I lost it, would have been here. Like, I would have picked that beta to form the robot, because we still have 3 more letters to go after that. Oops, well, that was not intended. So we still have 3 more letters to pick up after that, and we can finish the robot. And we will also be getting the extra healing there. Actually, I think there's even 1 more letter after that as well. But either way, you would form the bot next to the healing pad normally. And I don't know why I got there without the save state, so let's do that part again. So let's assume I will lose the bot here. Well, I didn't lose it. Even better. Let's try to get rid of it anyways. So now that I lost it, just pick up a beta there. Oops. If I didn't lose the robot, I would have this as the last letter for super suit. Just form the super suit here, I mean. But since we lost the robot, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Oops. Okay. So I'm gonna try to show the faster way to kill the boss first. Get the big jump out of the way. Crouch in front of him. Oops, not that close. Yeah, you wanna stay close to him. Because if you stand right next to him, his ranged attack won't hit you at all. If he does his charges, then, well, if you're fast enough, you can react to it and jump over him. But it doesn't matter too much if he charges into you, as long as you have enough health. Yeah, that's the faster way to kill him. Let's hope that he charges a lot now. Or let's not crouch at all and get hit by things. Well, I got hit by things and I still killed him. Oops. Just trying to show Like if you happen to lose the suit too early on. Okay, now I should be losing it too early on. So just go next to him and keep on punching him. This boss fight is super easy. I'll take an intentional death so I can still showcase the boss fight even with a green vest. Now, you can still fail this fight with a green vest if he just charges non-stop, but it's super rare, so... Oh well, we got a game over, so... I forgot to mention this earlier, so it's actually good that I got the game over. Because when you kill Gravitus, which is the ghost, it's like the only checkpoint in the whole final stage. But if you reach that point, you have the checkpoint even after you game over. So it's a pretty damn nice checkpoint to have. Yeah, now that we're here, I might as well show how to form the bot, even if you don't have any letters to begin with. I mean, not from the bot, from the suit. So we don't have enough money for the healing, but it doesn't really matter. Still got the suit. But now I need to get rid of it so I can show the green vest kill. I want to get rid of the bot as well. Because the bot usually goes to stand inside of the boss, and it will be doing like tiny damage to the boss, like each frame. And when the bot is touching the boss, the game doesn't really usually register your punches at all. So you'll just be doing like tiny chip damage to the boss all the time. But with the green vest, the fight is very similar as like when you lose the power suit. He really likes charging this time. He might need to adapt a bit like that if he's made some fire on the ground. But like, as you can see, even with a horrible pattern like that, it's still very much doable with a green vest. Yeah, that was a really awful pattern, because normally he likes to use his projectile a lot more. And with that, we have beaten the game. I hope people won't have any major problems with this game on race day. So that's that game, and I'm out. Have fun.